start, shower.
I love it. It could be the new fashion, Beverly. I like it.
Oh, strawberry head or banana head, Body Shop. So
see, you're a walking advert for it, so it's brilliant.
Yeah, well.
So like I was just saying to everybody, now we can see you, Beverly, welcome to the first Tuesday of the month to really just talk through what goals you have for the week and the month ahead. And really, I think the thing for me is the accountability here for us to all say, listen, this is my goal, this is what I'm committing to. And then when we come back together over the month, we can be saying, I'm not on track because how can you help me? And I think together we're better. And here's Emma. Hello.
Oh, sorry, I'm in my son's bedroom because my husband's using my computer, so I'm glad to be here though.
And who's that out of Cars? I recognize that from
Lightning McQueen.
That's it. So Emma, we were just obviously welcoming everyone and saying that if you haven't already set your goals, I don't know if you've had opportunity to jump in and do that this week, but do go and make the effort to do it, because I think it was Beverly, was it saying to me, are my goals a bit vague? Now, I would really love to do a round robin if you're all open to doing that and share your goals with the group. We can then obviously expand a little bit more on our goals and really why you've chosen them and what we can do to help each other to get there. So I know one of my goals is very much based around time blocking. So I block the time out to do the sales activities I need to do in my business, because I, like my clients and perhaps many of you, go from this point of being very, very busy and everything's really brilliant. And then when things start to tail off, I haven't actually backfilled my pipeline. So I haven't got things coming through. And so for me, this month, it's all about setting up the year as the way I mean to go. I want to make sure that I'm spending the 2 days a week in my business on my business. Okay, and by that, I mean doing the sales and marketing efforts. So I believe it's sort of industry standard across any industry that you spend 2 days out of 5 working on your business, whether that is doing marketing, promotion, PR, speaking in groups, all of those sort of activities that are going to bring people to you, attract them, also including the time you spend on social media, on LinkedIn. All of that activity actually does fill into your sales. So let's start. Who wants to be the first person to share their goals? Do you want to go last, Hayley, or do you want to go first?
I'll go first if you like. I don't mind getting out of the way. So I'm not quite sure when you say goals, but obviously what I want to get out of the sales school, really what I'm trying to achieve is, with my commercial energy, I'm trying to achieve my email marketing funnel. So by the end of the year, I'll have a good setup of an email sequence, and so that I've got people coming, filling up my funnel, if you know what I mean. So that's what I want to get out of this. Obviously, what I want to get out of my long-term goal over the next few years is sort of within the next 5 years is get enough money so that James can retire when he gets to 50, because I'm 8 years older than him. So I want to get him retired within the next sort of 5 to 6 years. So that's my ultimate goal forever. But what I want to get out of this is my sort of email sequencing and my commercial energy marketing, really, which is really important to me.
So I think 2 things with that. What we should start with is sharing with everybody in the group what we do and what our business is. And Hayley, then we'll just drill down really quickly, I think, and be a little bit more specific around what you can be doing in the next, 1, 2, 3, and 4 weeks to get you on the road to success with that. So like I say, very quickly, because I know we're only meant to be on for 30 minutes and I don't want to eat into anybody else's time.
Yeah, that's fine. So I describe my business as an umbrella, and underneath it, I just have domestic energy and commercial energy. Obviously, I push more commercial energy, especially down the renewable side of things. That's what I really enjoy doing, is getting like a hotel or something to convert over to renewable energy. That's like my ultimate, that's what gives me a buzz every day. If I could get that to happen every day, it'd be great.
Amazing. Okay, brilliant. So shall we pop over? Do you want to go next, Beverly?
Yeah, I'm retired. My husband's retired. We're both ex-English teachers, and because I love the Body Shop products, I was convinced by my leader and friend Sheridan that I could be a Body Shop consultant. So I put that off for ages, thinking nobody would want to buy from me. The kit is amazing. You get £200 worth of stuff for £30 at the moment. And I thought, I'm just going to be taking advantage of that. It doesn't feel right. I'm just going to be using that stuff. And anyway, I love the stuff so much, but more than that, I love the ethics behind the Body Shop and all that Anita Roddick promotes, you know, that business can be a force for good. But I'm not looking for that to be my primary income. I am looking as to be sharing awareness that you can buy ethically produced, non-animal tested, fantastic products from the Body Shop, and just make a bit of, you know, money on the side, maybe to spend on my new granddaughter. Get that one in, Molly. My problem, I suppose, is that I need to grow my group. I've got a core of people who are my friends and family who buy from me, but obviously their bathrooms are full now, and I'm, you know, so they're not going to buy from me for another few months. And so it's growing my group without being salesy. I find it really difficult approaching people. And I know that the authenticity is there because I do like these people. They're people maybe I've not spoken to for ages, but I know that really the motivator is to introduce the Body Shop. That's at the bottom, and I feel a bit fraudulent. I don't like to be salesy, but I do want to spread the Body Shop, and so I'm in that.
So for you, Beverly, I would say if I'm going to give you a goal, it would be this month to look around your own personal mindset. So I think that's where your block is there, telling yourself this, you know, I don't want to be salesy. I don't like it. This is how I'm going to show up. I think you need to actually also put some thought in the next week. What can you be showing up that's giving value to other people when you're talking to them, whether that's online, in person, or in your group? Value, value, value. If you're giving people a hook and a reason to engage with you or come and show up, maybe you've got a guest speaker coming in your group that's really interested about animal testing, or I don't know, I'm trying to think of some ideas which we can think about perhaps as a group, but that's where I would be starting for you, Beverly, is think around your mindset and let's see how we can shift that into a different gear.
Yeah, thank you.
Rosalie.
Sorry, I've been on mute because I've got a horrendous cough and I don't want to cough over everyone. Hello, I'm Rosalie and I'm a personal branding photographer. Passionate about what I do because I really believe that I can help small businesses, and I do help small businesses raise their awareness online with images that represent them, that reach out to their clients. So that's my job, that's my passion. Photography is also my hobby, so it's sort of part of who I am. But my main goal, my goal this month is I would like to get more streamlined in how I work. And I'm sure I'm probably not the only one, but I go off on a tangent and I think, oh, I need to do that, or something happens, you know, because I've got a lot of technical things as well in my business. Things happen and then I go off to sort that. And what I really want is a way to streamline my business. So I go in and the basics of it, such as the social media, planning, things like that, are just part of the daily routine rather than a constant, I need to do this now and I need to do that. I've only come back to work this week. I was ill last week. And I looked at what Natalie put and thought, oh my God, I haven't planned to be on a Zoom. So now what I was doing, which was a presentation for someone, I've left to come into this. So that's what I want. I want to try and get things so that when something that I hadn't planned for pops up and I think, oh, I forgot about that, it doesn't throw me for the rest of the day. Does that make sense?
It does. Brilliant. So let's think about the actions that you can take immediately to think about that. And while obviously you need to go when the clients want you, and I think we're all very similar in that situation. You know, if somebody wants an appointment with Hayley about changing over to renewable tariff, she's going to take the meeting even if she has to move something else, which is, say, a non-payable appointment. So for me, what I'm doing from yesterday, well, not yesterday because I was moving house, but from today, I have blocked out my diary. So I have a VA, and it doesn't matter whether you have a VA or you don't, because you just have to say to yourself, I'm going to set aside an hour a month to block out my diary at the beginning of the month. And what are your non-negotiable activities that you have to do? So I will give you an example. Monday and Wednesdays are now going to be my client days, and a Friday morning. So there's my 2.5 days of client work a week. I have mapped out my earnings versus what can I say? Yeah, my income versus what I need to earn. And I know what spaces I then have to fill, and I know what's coming up if I've actually book out those 2.5 days. Okay, so on a Monday and a Wednesday, I've got a client in the UAE. So I start at 7:30 with them because they're 4 hours ahead. Last year, I was just continuing to work through till 6 o'clock. Now I've blocked out my diary and I finish at 3:30 on a Monday and a Wednesday. So they then become the days that I can go and pick my son up from school. They become the days that I can go for a coffee before I pick him up from school at 4. I've got that half an hour, and I'm going to make that non-negotiable time, unless it's a client that's going to pay me for the time. That's the only time I'm going to open that up, because last year I was running into the situation where, well, if I'm starting at 7:30, why am I still working at 5:30?
That's what I'm doing.
It's too much. So I think it's about having the boundaries with yourself, and then being able to communicate that in a way to your clients and other people that actually aren't paying for your time. So last week I was officially on holiday. One of the networking groups I go to, which I love, the guy wanted to basically invite people away from Messenger and do it on Eventbrite, we came up with the idea. I spent an hour and 20 minutes doing a screen share with him to show him how to set it up. I did the graphic for the page, and it was great. In the networking meeting, he gave me a shout out. It's absolutely going to bring me no business. And it was a really poor use of an hour and 20 minutes of my time. Okay. But that was my holiday time. So that was my choice to do it, if that makes sense. Whereas this year going forward, I'm going to be a lot more selective about who I spend time and what I give to who. And you have to actually think, and this isn't selfish, it's being business savvy. Okay, if you can sell your time, or you can fill your time with bringing revenue into your business, you have to weigh up what the value of that other activity is for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I would say, if you can this week, Rosalie, think about how many bookings you need in a month, and then a quarter, because it might not be that they nicely fit into a monthly box. You might aim to have 5 brand shoots a month and 5 headshot sessions. I don't know. And then you might say over a quarter, you need 30. But if you get 15 in January, actually for the quarter, you probably should increase your target to 40 and not just say I'm doing well because I'm going to make the 30 ahead of schedule. So think about how many sessions and what packages you need to sell in a month and over a quarter, the first quarter of the year. And then fill out your diary with the space that's left and available of what activity you need to do to realize that revenue. So for Hayley, how many appointments do you need in a month? Okay, if you need, let's say 20 appointments, that's 1 a day. Okay, well, you need to be doing that consistent effort every week to follow to fill week 2, week 3, but also to fill week 1 of February. Because you can't get to the first week in February and realize, which when we get to Laura, I know that Laura has had some of these challenges because she's massively successful and gets loads of incentives. So she's had a really jolly time, I think, of late. But it's that thing, you've just got to have that advanced planning. So that would be my sort of recommendation, I think, Rosalie. And if you're comfortable to do that, and then we can check in, like I say, next week and say, or in the group and just be like, oh gosh, I've done it, or I'm not doing it. I can't get my head around it. But figure out what time you've got left for your business, because you need to service the clients, but we need to be bringing new people in.
Yeah, that's the fine line. I think everybody walks, and it's finding a place where you're happy. You said to me once, I've sorted out my social media. I've just done it en masse.
Yeah.
And I need to do that, but I cannot get my head around it. And I know that's going to free up so much time. And if it doesn't free up time, it'll free up mental time, and it'll free up the mental stress of trying to do it, because my brain goes into overdrive. What do I need to do? And then
space versus time, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll give a little shout out for Emma Worley's Social Savvy School, which I have joined from January. I haven't yet shown up in the group because I was on holiday last week, and I could have done, but I knew I wasn't going to give it my focus and attention. So I've committed from doing it from today onwards. So I'll keep you posted, Rosalie, and I can talk firsthand, because I know Hayley's in the group, and she's going to say it gives her focus. You know,
Absolutely.
I'm not a social media expert. When I did my 4 months of content, it took a massive weight off of me. But how long did it take me to actually do it and plan it? Because my problem's procrastination. I spend 3 hours thinking and worrying about it, and an hour when I actually sit down and doing it. So I think we can get you there where you need to be, and I think it'll make a massive difference. So Emma, Laura, who's going to battle it out? Who wants to jump in?
Emma, do you want to go next?
I'm fine to go. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you for this. I'm a bit rubbish at goal setting, so I've just gone and filled out the form that you've done. So that's really good. I really want to get good at goal setting while I'm here at in the sales school. So this week I want to get one new person for my social savvy school, and spend 2 hours on that. I've just written down 2 hot leads that I've got anyway, so I'm going to contact those people. And there's been a couple of failed payments, you know, when people change their card details and stuff like that. So I hate doing that, but I want to get that sorted out today, this week, and set up a system so it flows a bit easier. So those are my goals for this week.
Brilliant. So full marks, Emma, because they're really smart goals in the sense that, hiya. Oh, we're off again. I think they're really smart goals because you can measure if you're going to be successful because you've been really specific with them. And I think they're really achievable because you've said you want to get one person signed up. You've got 2 hot leads and some other to do. So that's brilliant. And it's timely because you can complete that in a week, so it's not too far stretching. So Emma, you're a massive testament there, like I say, to smart goal setting. Interesting, you say you're not very confident or very good. Perhaps is it not making the time to set the goals, or?
Yeah, I think it's the kind of kickstart to do them. Like, it's not self. I need somebody else to kind of tell me to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think check and say, how are you getting on?
Yeah.
Progress. Where are you at? Because today's Tuesday. If we're doing it by the end of the week, you've got 4 days. And you could now go and block out your time and say an hour is going to be spent on chasing up the payments and everything like that. But also when you are speaking to these warm leads, ask them who else they can introduce you to. Who else do they know? And I think that's something that you should always be asking people, because if you ask people, they're never going to freely give you information, not because they're mean or they just don't think about it. They just don't know that it would be of interest to you, or it's something you need in your business. So recently I've had a lot of people say, oh, how much is your, the sales school? And they're really surprised, because I think I come across perhaps at networking and things that people automatically think they couldn't afford to work with me. And maybe on a one-to-one they can't, but that's why I've got this group and I've got my digital products. And it's great because who do you know, Emma, in your social savvy school at the moment to say to them, listen, you're getting loads of value from this. Is it they can help with doing a review, a testimonial, or actually just saying, can you share my post this week, guys? Yeah, because I'm always looking for engagement online. And you need to ask people, because I've had a lot of people in the last couple of weeks, I don't know if other people get this, and they say, oh, I loved what you said about this year. I will. And that was the language I used. And they said, I loved it. And I was like, why didn't you comment on LinkedIn then? So they're like, oh, I said, because that's where it's really helpful. Like, thanks for sharing it with me, but I need you to share it kind of with the world. Like, you know, and if somebody shares a post of mine or makes a recommendation, you know, I send them something. Sometimes it's small in the post, if it's appropriate, if I've got their address. There's other ways of incentivizing people as well. And people love you, Emma. I hear really positive things. So if you need to increase your membership over this year, you said you're going to double it, didn't you? Did I see that?
Yeah.
So you're currently at how many members?
It's 20 members.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So if you could do one new person a week.
Yeah, that will be more than a double in it. So yeah, that's my thoughts for one new person a week.
Love it.
During term time.
Yes, exactly. So Laura, let's jump over to you and we will then just have enough time. So I'm not going to pronounce your name correctly, so I'm not even going to try. So it's over to you quickly.
You can't pronounce my name. I think I know where you're talking about. Okay, yeah, okay. So I'll go first quickly. So I am Laura, as you can see. I used to be a deputy head teacher. But I just decided there must be more to life. So I got into network marketing, very similar to some people in the room. And I looked around at what I wanted to do. And I went with UW Utility Warehouse because I like that it's services, not products. So I, in essence, help people save money and make money from home. And Beverly, I can totally relate to how you feel, because it was identity was my biggest hang up when I first joined. I was like, I'm a deputy head on this side, but on this other side, I'm telling people how they can save money on their utility bills. And I couldn't see how they would work. So Natalie's right, it does come together. You do just have to work on it. So I've been in UW 12 years now. I've had all the perks from them. And as Nat said, on one respect, I don't like time-driven goals because they sometimes panic me, and a bit like my kids used to do. They leave their homework till the very last day of the summer holidays and then try and get it all done. But on the other side, they really motivate me because I like having a set time for what I need to do. So for me, my goals this week, I need to finish off an incentive the company have, which is a holiday of a lifetime. So I'm on track to go to Sri Lanka, but I need to get that finished. So I know how many points I need till the end of the month because it finishes the 31st of January. So I've worked backwards, and this week I need to introduce 8 new partners / customers. So I've broken each week down to know what I need to do. And then on the bigger term, that I have got a 90-day plan for my team in general. So I've got that in the background as well. But right now, focus is Sri Lanka.
Wow. Amazing. So you're saying 8 new partners this month, Laura?
This week.
Oh, this week. Okay. Amazing. Okay. And you've got that all planned out, have you? How many calls you're going to make and how many meetings you need set up?
I did 3 yesterday, so I'm on track, but I do supply teaching still because the government actually, I had left teaching fully, but there's kind of a redrafting of teachers with the whole pandemic, and I've been asked to kind of do my part for helping in school. So I do 2 days supply a week. So I always have to factor in that I'm in school a Wednesday, Thursday. So I need to be busy on Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to try and pronounce your name. Inyena. Tell us.
Thank you so much, Natalie. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so my name is pronounced I-ye-ne. So you just change the I to E and you get I-ye-ne.
Inyena. Very beautiful. So welcome and thank you, because I know I've seen some of your videos and things online on LinkedIn and things, but tell us about you, because all I think is website and SEO. So your message might be coming across loud and clear if that's the right thing.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I want to say thank you for being generous, because this thing that you're putting out is what people would charge a lot of money for it. But you make it free for now for us to join. It's really amazing. I follow your content on LinkedIn and I love what you do. So that's why when I saw this opportunity, I jumped on it. So what I do, I help ambitious business owners to turn their website visitors into paying clients by creating their wow website that show up in Google. So what I do in basic term is that when I'm working on a client website, I don't just build a pretty website, I build a marketing website that will work on a strategy, designs, and talks about the marketing of the website. So that's all that I do, put it together, website design and SEO. So my goal this month is to have 2 web design clients. Last year, when I was doing my audit last year, I noticed that I was doing more of website audits and one-to-one website consultation, where I do website wonder hour when someone already have a website and they have a question that is bothering them, or they want something to advance their website, they come to you and pay one-to-one 1 hour section. But this year I want to focus on helping businesses with a functional website. So I'm setting a goal to build at least 25 websites this year from start to finish and help them to rank their website in Google. So for me to do that, I need new people who want website to be revamped or rebuilt or redesigned, or someone that is looking for a new website. And I'm setting the goal to get 2 clients every month on that specific service.
Amazing. So what activities are you doing to get to those 2 clients a month?
I'm setting a goal to talk to 5 potential clients each week. And that will bring me to about 20 potential clients a month. Mm-hmm. And if I could convert 2 of those 20 people into paying clients on web design project, that would sound like a win for me.
And your ideal client, is it somebody who is a startup and doesn't yet have a website, or somebody that has a website and wants to revamp it, or?
It's somebody that is in business up to 3 years. So it has to be up to 3 years. And the reason is because when people are just starting out in their business, they tend to go to DIY routes. They get excited about their business. They want to touch every element of their business, including their website. But when somebody's in business up to 3 years to 5 years, he has already feel the pain of the tech and is not ready to go that route of the DIY. They just want something that's functional and work for them. And that's a typical ideal client. That doesn't mean a startup who have a focus to outsource that wouldn't be an ideal client, but I'm focusing on those who have gotten the pain enough to be able to take their website project seriously.
And I think that is really, really great advice, actually, for all of us to take on board. I can see Rosalie smiling there as if to say, people start taking pictures on their camera and think it's good enough for their website until they see other people's really cool images and realize you need the quality. You know, look, I'm not a graphic designer. I love Canva and it does the job for what I need at the point I'm at in my business at the moment. And I think, like you say, that is a mindset that people are, it's good enough for now. But there is a tipping point, and it's knowing that tipping point, isn't it, with all our clients, of when they actually need help, whether that's with sales, whether that's with photography, whether that's with their personal wellness, coming to Beverly, or their, you know, electricity and utility needs, or earning a sideline, you know, like Laura's saying, you know, having a business in a box almost, where you've got all that support. So yeah, I think that's really wise. So thanks for sharing that. So what is going to be your one standout thing this month that we're going to be celebrating at the end of the month? We'll just do a quick round robin. If you say, it's fine if you say, I'm going to get those 2 clients and that's what we'll be celebrating, or it can be something totally different.
It's going to be that 2 clients. That's the win I'm setting for this month, and I want to get there.
Brilliant. And if you're not there in the next week, check back in. Yeah, see how we can maybe help you. What are you doing online? How can we get the word out there as well and spread? So remember, we're all here building a community together. So Hayley, what's your one standout for the end of the month we're going to be celebrating?
Sorry, one more thing before I go. I want to know, it's going to be Tuesday every 12 o'clock every week?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
and
thank you.
Off the top of my head, week 3, I'm going to do a private masterclass for you. And I'll be telling you what the subject is. I think I've allowed 45 minutes on masterclass weeks, just so you've got a 15-minute Q&A to get under the skin, but the main bulk will be done in half an hour, so you can go off if you need to have other commitments. And each week it will be a different thing in the group, and I will put more information in shortly. So Hayley, what's your one thing?
So mine will be based on my follow-ups really, because as you can appreciate, I don't get like a hotel signing up for their energy every week, or sometimes it's not every month, you know, so I can't really base it necessarily on how many people, you know, how many hotels I want to sign up. But I would say probably my goal for the week is just to get myself back into a bit of a routine. I know that's a bit lame, but especially after what's happened last night as well, I think this week's just going to be have to be another week of trying to get myself back into a routine, because obviously Joe's more than likely he's going to come up positive tomorrow, so you know things are a bit askew for me again this week.
That's my furry doorbell just going there to a knock. Laura, what's going to be your one standout at the end of the month?
For the end of the month, it will be saying I've got Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Good. Rosalie, how about you?
Mine is to get some sort of control and focus on my social media. So it's just doing it on its own, and then I'm just adding extras in. That's my plan.
Amazing. So think about your frequency. Doesn't have to be 7 days a week.
No.
Beverly, how about you?
It's really interesting that you talk about mindset. I'm actually sort of doing quite a bit on that at the moment, and I'm realizing two things about myself. One is that I think I've got quite an addictive personality. I like to have I have a to-do list, and I even put things on that I've already done so that I can tick them off. You know, it's like I love that. I don't know whether that goes with being a teacher or an ex-teacher, but if you like, one of the mantras of the Body Shop is your business, your way. And I want to actually get hold of that. And like someone else has said about getting social media, you know, I want to be sort of like in control of that, because I'm also a very impetuous person, and I'll think, oh, that's good. And I put things out there at ridiculous times that people are either on the school run or they're asleep. It's midnight, but it's like being consistent and also not taking it personally. When people don't respond to me, I get really upset. And you know, it's like, it sounds stupid, but when you're, if you like, your client base, if you want to call it that, are your friends and family and people that you know, when you put something out there and you can see that, you know, they've all seen it, and I'm thinking, well, say something then. And then I'll put, yes, ? They all see it, nothing again. And I'm thinking, talk to me. You know, I just, you know, I'm not just here selling. I want to develop some kind of relationship with you as well. So I want to sort of, my business, my way. I don't want to get so hooked into being personally upset by things, but just, you know, I'm offering you this, you know, you take it if you want it. That's fine with me. And not, you know, because being impetuous, I can be, you know, my husband will very often say, you know, are you going to be much longer? Because I'm looking at things and share, and so it can be overload as well. So I think I'm looking to be consistent and perhaps not so addictive.
Yeah, so Laura's just put in the chat, have you read or listened to Go For You?
Go for no.
Go for no.
Go for no.
Really good one, Beverly, especially for network marketers. It's by, I'll message it, George Fenton and Andrea Waltz. It's great for everyone, actually. It gets you over that fear.
Brilliant. So Beverly, just quickly, like I said, I'm conscious of time and I want to get to Emma, but I don't think ever worry about what the time is and when you're doing it. That's way too overthinking it. The algorithm doesn't know. You don't know when people are seeing something. You have no idea. And the other thing I would like to personally challenge you to then, think this month, by the end of the month, to think how you can have a regular drop-in session, whether it's Wine Down Friday with a glass of wine in your group. You need to connect with them and just show up and be you, and don't talk about the Body Shop. Just have a weekly cuppa with Beverly and say it's a drop-in thing. Here's the Zoom link. So it's not a live, it's a two-way thing like we're doing now. And also tell people, go on and say, I'm being really honest. Sometimes it gets me down when no one comments. Like, I don't want you to have to buy, but just tell me how your day is. I want, you know, and I think the best thing is just showing up and saying that to people, because people don't know. People will start, if they know it's upsetting you, they'll change. Emma.
Yeah.
What's your one big thing? Come on.
Is this one thing that we're going to do this week?
So for the month, what would be your one thing at the end of the month when we're going to celebrate our wins? What are you going to hopefully be celebrating?
4 new people in social savvy school.
Yay. Go, Emma. Okay, so listen, guys, been incredible. I've loved just to get together and chat and hear your goals for the week and the month ahead, and reach out, right? Use me. I'm a resource to help, and I want you guys to all have success in your business. So 2022, I am coining it the best year yet for me personally in business, and I would like to have that for all of you as well, the best year yet. So I'll bid you farewell. I'll pop the recording in the group if any of you want to listen to it again, of course, and the other students who weren't able to join us today. And I will see you in the group tomorrow.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Nat.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye.